My boyfriend is living off my salary and now he thinks that he is entitled to the money I won from lotto tickets, so I made sure he's not going to touch the money by donating it to charity. He's a full-time student who works part-time in the summer. I have a full-time and part-time job. We live together and mostly live off my pay while he stretches what he makes in the summer. Neither of us have ever owned a car because it isn't necessary where we live. We both walk or take the public everywhere to save money. In the morning we stop at a corner shop shortly before splitting up for the day. He buys cigarettes and coffee. I buy fruit for my lunch and, on the weekends, lotto tickets. He always makes fun of me for paying the stupid tax, but I figure my indulgence is cheaper and doesn't come with lung cancer. Sometimes I jokingly tell him not to expect a penny when I win. The day I won he answered me with fine, keep it all. It's not like I'm crying over a penny of nothing over here. I showed him I'd won. He stared for a bit and then dismissively told me I'd probably spent more than that on tickets. In response I asked what I should blow his half on for myself. I was honestly joking at the time but he suddenly became angrier than I've ever seen him and I didn't want to admit I'd been kidding because he was so pissed off it pissed me off. He wants a car, and I don't. He keeps trying to steamroller me so I'm refusing to share the money. In honesty I'm willing to spend or save the money for us but I don't want a car. I won't use a car and it will keep costing us money in parking and maintenance. After weeks of him sulking and lecturing me about his entitlement to the money he took me to a car lot and tried to embarrass me into going along with him in front of a salesman. I threw a tantrum after we left without buying anything and I went to my mom's and paid our rent up to the end of the year and donated the rest to charity. He doesn't know. I fucked up and don't know how to come clean. Update. My boyfriend had secretly dropped out of school to join a Christian rock band, he's not Christian, and bartend to cover his new coke habit. He took my win as a sign they were about to make it and should go on tour. That's why he wanted the car so damn much. Obviously we had a huge fight. I sacrificed a lot because he told me he'd never be happy without that degree and he threw it away to play rock star while I ground myself down at dead-end jobs. I told him I agreed to support him through one dream and if he was done with it I was going after my dreams now. He made all kinds of promises to me about how he'll take care of me when he gets famous but I told him the only promises I cared about were the ones he made when I agreed to help him through school. He broke up with me until I come to your senses. As far as I'm concerned that's already happened so I had his brother pick up his stuff. He tried to cause problems with me illegally evicting him but I reminded him I had some text conversations where he said your apartment is your problem and I don't live there anymore so deal with it. I have no idea if that's legally enforceable but neither does he. My lease is up in 3 months and I won't have to worry about it after that. It's been really rough accepting he's not the guy I fell in love with anymore but the way he's been acting has made it a lot easier. I'm mostly angry I sunk so much of my time and money and compromised my future for him. But I guess it's better I found out now instead of later. I got tested in case he cheated or was doing other drugs and so far so good. I'm also 100% sure my ex staged the 3 break-ins we had in our apartment after one of his friends told me around that time my then boyfriend was trying to sell my prescriptions and his laptop that were supposedly stolen. I told the cops and his friend agreed to make a statement but I don't know what's happening with that yet. Other than that I'm happy to report I'm only working one job now that's actually something I want to do and pays way more. My apartment is much nicer without his junk and now the toilet is never unflushed and the seat is always down so I've got that going for me too. With all my free time I've rescued a kitty and I'm learning to knit. I was planning on becoming an old cat lady but I also went on my second first date ever. It was with another woman which was kind of a surprise but also somehow not. We've got a second date planned and I'm incredibly giddy with anticipation which is really nice.